Alright, good morning everybody. I'll be honest, I'm a little disappointed this morning. I've already been by probably a dozen or more new sets that I got out yesterday. I was expecting a good catch, and just they weren't moving last night. Just nothing's been tripped, nothing's been touched. Finally get here to this new set we put in, and got a beaver down there. I can see his back floating. So basically it's got this big culvert here. I put a drowning set at a foothold on a dam crossing just on the other side of this little culvert, and right over here we hop down here and just set this 330 in this trail, and got us a beaver there in it. This same ditch curves around through these woods, and on the other side of the woods they've got several dams built. I've got those set down through there, and just nothing this morning. But let's get down here and get this guy out of here, get it reset. I got it set back and ready for the next one to come through. Alright guys, so y'all saw me set this up. I guess it was been 3 days ago when we put these traps out. Hadn't had a catch the last 2 days. We got an otter down there right now. Not an ideal catch, but we do got it. Looks like we got him by the back leg and tail. Look at him. This is the one I just had set in these blocks and just blocked it up with the block. There he is, Otter caught. Yeah, we got him by one back leg and a tail there. The other trap was set right down there. It's still set, so I'm assuming he was coming from this direction by himself. Anyway, I'm gonna get him taken care of. We're gonna get him reset right back under that log. Get it set up there, and then yeah, get some have it waiting for the next one. All right everybody, just pick that otter up just down this ditch here a little ways, back up this ditch. Got it reset. Been watching all the guys in my area picking up bobcats and coyotes and land sets, and that got me motivated to put out some land sets. So what I did, you guys may recognize this spot. Last year I had the carcass pile back here. We ended up snaring a coyote back in behind it, I believe, but don't have any carcasses out here yet. I may later, but what I did is come in here in these logs. This is an armadillo or skunk hole or a hole that's already here. I just kind of pulled that out, made the slightest little trench set here, and just put some of my lodge digger bait back up in that hole, embedded my trap right here in front of it. And then went in and put 2 dirt holes out here on the corner of this field, just kind of the edge where the disc is cut it, and then up here is the hard pan, I guess you'd call it. We come right here, we just got us kind of a small trench style dirt hole with our trap bedded there in front of it. Trap's bedded right here, dirt holes right up there. Put a little bit of red fox urine on that back in there, and I had to make that backing. I just picked up a piece of that stubble that's back here, planted it right there behind my hole, and just left this dirt mounted up here on this side, kind of give them a place where we want them to step. And then just right over here, 10 foot, we put in another just identical set. That one, I believe, that one I got baited with a lodge digger. And this one I've got baited with my military rode. Just same type set, traps bedded right there in front of the hole. Some fox shearing up on that grass on the backing. A little bit right here on this green grass here. And then military rode down the hole and just a trap bedded right there. Alright fellas, this is what I was expecting the first night on that first catch. I just had this trap sitting right out here on the edge of the water. Had a beaver the first night. Get here this morning, we got a raccoon. One thing that I did add, you guys will be able to see, right around this edge, I said that we'd seen some bobcat and coyote tracks running the edge of this. I've got that snare hanging right there on the edge. I put that in yesterday. We got our trap sitting right here with a little bit of scent, and I could tell just kind of wanted to have something right on the outside edge of this in case a canine or a cat come by. Same thing here, guys. So we got the two conibears sitting in this little channel waiting for some otters to come through. It's a pretty good trail right here where everything's crossing, deer, cows, cats, anything and everything. What I've done, you can follow that trail through here. You can tell where it necks down, kind of right in there. You guys won't be able to see it, but I've got a snare hung right in there as well, right on the edge of that trail. All right, guys, here we are at the big ditch. We've got another one down here, so working my way down this edge now. Get down to it. Get it out of there and get it reset back in there and see if maybe we can pick up another one. All right, call that reset. I'll get this big guy up this hill, back to the mule. guys, first catch this morning, actually first trap we checked. This is where we had the big beaver caught yesterday. That big bluff, big ditch we're down in. So had this little one caught here this morning. We're gonna get it out of there. I forgot the GoPro at the house, so I'm doing this little segment on my phone. I'm gonna leave here, I'll swing back by the house, grab the GoPro. The videos get a little better. Anyway, just gonna reset this, get that log stood back up where it was at, and yeah, see if we can't pick up another one out here. So that's number 3, and it's going to be a pretty good colony here, but I can only access this up or down. So we'll just pick them off like we can. Try to get the majority of them out of here, and yep, get it reset and put back in there. All right, guys, we picked the one up here. I believe I showed this one in the last video, getting it set up. He's got the RGB up here on this top crossing. And then right over here in this culvert, they got it stopped up and had a crossing right here. We had the trap guarding that crossing. We've got one down in there. Let's climb over into there to get it out. Just had this crossing right here underneath that log and got that beaver caught. Let's see if we can get that thing reset back in there. Our safety caught on this one side. We're lucky to have this beaver. Just gotta do whatever we can to get it secured in here. I'm not just totally happy with that. Alright, what we're doing is just use the lever to this log that's solid. We just pin these to it to where that trap's pretty secure right there. Alright, so let's reset back. I just got it anchored up here at the top of this culvert. And here we go. Maybe we can pick up another one here. Alright guys, got our second catch here in this little channel set. 330 on H10, just right beside that tire. So I'm gonna get down there and get it out of there now. That beaver was coming this direction. So we've got sets just on the other side of that big culvert on the dam and haven't had any action whatsoever. Got the foothold guarded on the top on the drowning rod, and then we've got the conibear on the bottom of the crossover, but haven't had any action at all. And we've got this ditch set up on the other side. This is where we pulled the decent sized beaver out of that culvert yesterday. I had to climb into the culvert and get him out. So they're living between here and that big culvert, and of course you gotta walk a pretty good ways to get to them, and I was trying not to do a whole lot of that anymore, so we just sit the outskirts of it and we'll get them picked up. So that's going to be a younger beaver there. Let's see, get him out of there and get it reset. He's not going to be as young as I thought. He's going to be a 2-year-old. Actually, maybe one of the adults. This ditch I trap every year, and I believe it was the beginning of last year, or it may have been the beginning of the season before that, when I pulled like 11 or 12 beaver, a bunch of small ones out of this ditch just the other side of the culvert. Had the dam built inside the culvert, so I think it's probably just a pair of beavers moved back in on all the structure that was already here. But anyway, that's probably getting them narrowed down to what's in here. We'll reset it just like that. Take our safeties off. Slide it all the way down to where it's on that stand right there. Come up here to the top of this, and we're going to anchor it to the top of this H10, close it off. Take that stick, put it in there, just kind of block it off a little bit, and then we're just going to take and lay that over the top of it to get them to dive to go under. There we go, that's reset. Get him up here to the truck and keep moving this morning. Alright guys, I do believe we probably got another catch down here. So you can see that log laying on the bottom side of that dam, and I can't see my trap sticking up out of the water. So I believe it's closed, probably got something in it. Water's muddy and I can't tell from up here, so I'm gonna walk down there and see what we got in it, if anything. The trap's laid down. I can't tell there's anything in it. Don't believe that there is. So we got a miss here. I'm gonna reset that back. Chances are they're getting wise to us. I believe we picked up 3 beaver right here, and they seen 3 dead beaver laying right here in this spot, so they're getting wise to what that trap is. I think probably what we'll do, you guys have seen me do it before. I'm going to take that trap and just lay it down like a foothold. Yep, believe that's what I'll do. You know what, actually guys, I believe I'll pull this trap for now. This is the only trap that I've got on this ditch. I don't have a good way to anchor it. This one stake here, halfway pushed down, is not going to be a good anchor if we do get one caught by the foot. So I don't want to do that. I'm just going to pull out of here and possibly get back to it later on in the season, see if we can pick up those others. I think I'm going to go farther down this ditch and see if there might be another colony to access it farther down. But anyway, we'll remember that they're here. This isn't a job that I've got to get them all out of here. It's just close to the house. I've been watching them all summer. Knew that they were in here. So yeah, I think we'll just pull this, get out of here for now, leave them be, and we'll slip back in here and pick up a few more later on in season. Go ahead and stand this log back up just like it was. I'm gonna get used to going under it again without any danger. We'll get used to going under that again without any danger, and yeah, we'll get back in here and we'll get them again. All right, guys, we dropped this little set in. Actually, we got this ditch goes around to one of these dams we got set. We're just right off the side of the road, and we just stopped and dropped this 330 in this channel the other day, and I can't tell from the road if that trap's tripped or not. So I wanted to climb down here this morning and just double check it. Looks like it's still going to be set. What I'm going to do, guys, I got some orange ribbon here with me. I'm just going to take and go right over that jaw. Get that orange ribbon just like that there. Pull that down tight. I want just enough of that to be floating to where I can see it floating from the road. And then if that thing trips, it's going to pull that orange ribbon down into the water, and I'll be able to tell if that trap is tripped or if it's still set just by looking from the road. All right, guys, right here on the side of the highway, you've got one beaver right over there in a snare. There's that ditch. You can see that heavy trail going up and across. Get down here and get these other sets checked. So basically what we got a pond just on the other side of that beaver, and then they've come over into this ditch and stopped it up holding water. It's just a drainage ditch into a bigger ditch. We got here yesterday and got it set up. Right up here's a dam holding all this water. We got a trail cut over from the side of it all the way over to that big ditch. Let's step down here and see if we got anything in it. I can smell a skunk. I'm hoping it's from the road and not one of our traps. So right here at the end of this dam, we got a snare hung right there, just a little crossing. We're crossing, coming back down into this side, or going up this trail. And then I've got two snares on this trail right here, nothing in them. And we got another dam right down here in the big ditch. I'll step down there and we've got it guarded with a 330 and a foothold. All right, 330 still set. So there's our dam, got a crossover, and then we just put that 330 on back here behind it between some rocks. It doesn't look like anything's going on with that foothold either. Step down here and make sure. Yep, it's still in there. The leaves just clogged that. You got to sit right in front of that little crossing. So go ahead and get hands on it just to make sure it's still set there. Yep, still set. We're just going to leave it right there in that crossing, just like that. 330 guarding it there. All right, let's get up there and get that beaver out of that snare and get it reset. As you can see, guys, got a good crossing coming out of that. Going over here into this pond, right down under that fence. Anyway, just had a snare hung right there at the top of it. Got that beaver caught this morning. Pretty good size one. Alright, our anchor's still good. All we're going to do is come in here and grab us another snare. Taking that ground anchor off that's on that snare already, and we're just putting the one that's already on the ground on here, closing it up. Alright, so that snare's ready to hang there now. We've lost our wire that we had, that snare support wire. We're going to find something here to make it work. That one on that smaller stick. Just gonna wrap that tail end around that stick. Get that. Oh, we're gonna need it. And add up just a little bit more. All right, there we go, guys. That snare's hung back up there, ready to go. Kind of pull some of this brush over here. Pull a little bit of this brush up on this side. There we go. Alright guys, made it to the next location. So we got some beaver living in this ditch, and we've got this dam set with a 330 here below it. And then we've got another dam just around the bend here we got set with a foothold and extension cable, and then also a 330 on the downside. And we got a bigger dam on up there that we set the same way. We come out, there was a lot of scat and stuff around this corner right here. So I come in and I put a little bone set right here. Just got that bone, drove down into the ground, bait and lure up inside of it, and then our trap bedded right in front of it. And then just come right over here and put in a dirt hole back over here on this little point of grass coming off this pump here. And just got our trap bedded there in front of that dirt hole. And yep, so I'll check in with you down here. Hopefully we'll have a catch to show you. All right guys, so there's that first dam there. We just I see some ripples down there, so we're gonna have a catch in that foothold. See what we got. We just had a 330 bedded out here below that crossover underneath that log that's laid, little log that's laid across there. It had a foothold on the top side of it. We've got something that just went underwater about the time I stepped up here. Let's see. You can tell what it is. Just got it anchored over here to this tree here. We got our cable stretched taut right there. Let's check this 330 real quick. We're waiting for him to pop up. Oh, right there, it's our RBG right there. That round was hiding from me. I was looking for square. All right, let's pull this thing up so we can see what we got here. Gonna be a good sized beaver, guys. Couldn't tell how it was caught. Right there's a tail on him. And then pop his head up. It's gonna be another big one there. He comes up, I'm gonna take care of him. Just don't want to lose him. All right, guys, I'm gonna set this camera down, empty my hand, so I can pull that up and get a shot, so I can set you guys over here where you can see maybe. Got him by a back foot, so that's good. That's gonna be a Alright guys, so last year, I trapped this ditch last year, and I'm pretty sure if I remember correctly, I had a ring off on the front foot, and definitely want to pay attention, see if I pick up that beaver this year. We're going to see. It's being a big one, there might be a good chance it was it. So we'll get him out of there and untangled from all this. Oh, not that one. But guys, that's my first year using these traps. That's a K9 Extreme, and I figured they'd make a pretty good beaver trap. And I've set several of them this year, and try to just go down to a smaller size trap instead of those bigger traps when they live catching them. Try to save some of those twists off, but we got a perfect catch on that back foot. He wasn't going anywhere. So yeah, good beaver, good catch. Two good beaver this morning. I'm gonna get him out of here and get this reset on the upper side of this dam. We didn't kick this out or anything, guys. We just come in here and place that trap right down here on this crossing that they were using anyway. He's got it anchored right there to that tree that you guys are on. It's going to come right back out here. About where we believe their back foot's going to be when they plant it. Just like that. All right, let's go on up here. I got one more big dam just up from this one. Get up there, we got it set the same way. Get up there and we'll check on it. Same thing here, guys. We're just gonna peek over the edge, see if we can see one. So I got that crossing, and we didn't kick it out. It's just a crossing they were using. Got that foothold on the upper side. Got an extension cable over here to this tree, and I can tell my cable is where I left it. Below that dam we had a 330 set, and I'm not seeing it, so I'm going to climb down there and get eyes on it and make sure, see what happened, if it's got one in it or if we had a miss. And here's our anchor cable. Pull it up, and I do believe we got another one caught there this morning, so good deal. Pull it up here. Alright, guys, I'm just going to get him out of there, get that trap set back down here on this stand and blend it in. I'm going to double check this one, make sure it's still set on the upper end, and keep moving this morning. Pulled up here to the house, guys, and got a flock of turkeys out here behind it. Hopefully you guys will be able to see them. Probably not with the GoPro. They're probably 150 yards, 200 yards out there. Looks like there's at least 20, 30 of them, a big old flock. They're not gonna let me get very close, but maybe you guys can see them take off. Just right there above the hood of the Mitsubishi, back there behind it, about where those gums come out to a point. Pretty cool. Thought it's worth trying to show you guys. Cattle are out here just doing what cows do. Chickens are following me around because I think they're going to get fed. And I hear a cat meowing. Here it comes. This thing's always wanting food as well. Anyway, guys, I'm going to get these beavers hauled into the shop. And tell you what, after carrying them two big ones, it made that third little one feel really heavy too. But anyway, I'm going to get them out of here, get them inside, and get to work on them, get them up and drying by this evening. I'll tell you what, them two are both hosses. Anyway, we're gonna get them in here and get to work on them. Alright guys, figured I'd show you real quick in the video. So here's our catch today. These are the ones that got put up just recently. They're probably another day or two drying. All the casters are hanging up here on the wire. They'll stay up here until I get a good mess of them, and then I'll put them in a bag and throw them in the freezer. Here's what we've got dried so far. So basically I got 3 stacks. These are just the bigger pelts that I'll sell to the fur market, and then these are the smaller pelts that are actually, these are the ones that I let the nose and ears on, and these will get sent to the tannery to get tanned. And I think I'm gonna try to put some on willow hoops this year to sell up to the store for next year. And these are just some smaller ones, just a smaller stack, so I'm not having to pick the smaller ones up every time. So just a small and large stack dried beaver. Yesterday I didn't have any catches, so I wasn't putting up any fur. So what I did, I played dentist on some beaver, and I pulled a bunch of beaver teeth. Now these right here is the bottom teeth, the big ones. And then the smaller ones that are more round are going to be the upper jaw and lower jaw. Just different size beavers. I'll get these cleaned up, and I can sell some of them to the craft market. Just trying to use every bit of the fur that we can. There's a bigger upper jaw one there, but got about one more of these containers to pull still. I'll show you guys what I do. So basically those skulls, if you've ever tried to pull teeth fresh, it's almost impossible. It's aggravating. So what I do is I've got a couple of cages out here, and as I skin and flesh those beaver, I'll take the heads, put into those cages. They'll sit out there all year until next trapping season. Next trapping season, they'll be rotted down. That tissue and stuff will break down, and the lower jaws are real easy to pull. See if I can find one in here, show you guys. I got all the easy ones when I sit down here. There's one right here. I already pulled it. Let's see, there's one. So the lower jaws are real simple. You just grab a hold of them, give them a little bit of shake, and they just pull right out. That one was already loose there. The top ones, they're a little bit more difficult. Sometimes you can do the same thing, grab a hold of them and pull them. Don't have it out here right now, but I use my big pair of pliers. So the top ones are sometimes they're saying they're loose. I'm wiggling them there, but they're hard to get out because of this tissue, this front tissue. There you go, that one's gonna pull out. So I can just wiggle it, pull some of them out by hand. Same thing here, this one's gonna let me pull it out by hand. Sometimes you got to, them big pair of pliers that I use, putting my hog rings into my beaver skins, I'll use those. And you can take and actually hit right around that gum line, pretty solid, all the way around with them pliers. And that'll usually break that up enough that you can you can get a good grip on it and pull them out. Sometimes you can take the pliers and kind of get them started, and that'll help. But the bottom, like I said, the bottom jaws are always real easy. The upper ones are real difficult. So that one's just going to pull right out as well. Well, that's what I'll do. I'll get those cleaned up and get them sold to a few buyers that I've got for them. All right, guys. So I'm going to get off here and get to work. Get to putting these 3 beaver up for today, and we'll see you guys next video. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next one.